Some of you guys may have noticed that while I was walking through a beautiful abandoned junkyard here recently in the Tampa area, that I stumbled across a motorcycle, or what's left of a motorcycle, that elicited a response from me that was just so from the heart. And it was an RD Yamaha, which was it was made primarily late 60s into late 70s. Ranged all the way from like 50 or 65 cc on up to a 400 that I'm aware of. I may be off on that, but I've had a couple over the years. I have a 75 RD350 now, but I love it because it's a 2-stroke street bike. It's got disc brakes on it. It's a 6-speed transmission. A lot of firsts on that bike. They're a blast, and what I noticed in the abandoned junkyard was an RD200 electric, which first of all is unbelievably rough. I don't think it can be restored. I don't think it can. But the 200 electric was called that because it was the first electric in the RD series. That was a big deal back in the day on the smaller CC bikes. So I worked out a deal and I'm going to pick it up now. So Don and I are going to throw it in the back of his truck, take it to the house. I'll show you that one, and then I'll show you my RD350 that I have, and I'll show you another old bike that I have too. All right, here we are, walking right past the Dart and Don. Don Dart. Makes you sound like a mafioso. Well, there we are. That's the bike we're talking about, and after a little research, it's determined to be, I'm not positive of the year, but I know that it's what they call an RD200 electric, which was kind of wild to have something back in that day have an electric starter on it, but as you can see, it's not perfect, but I think that'll buff out. But it's just such a cool bike, and I have its big brother. We'll show you that a little later on. Let's see if we can get it out of here. Here goes nothing.
Here goes nothing.
This looks like it's probably a 69 or 70, but it's hard to tell.
Somebody left their stuff there.
It doesn't need a kickstand. Oh, there's one down there.
Watch out. This is stuck there, so step on it.
Why don't we just start it and drive it
Yeah,
out?
there you go. All right.
Man, this is gonna... No!
Oh,
It's going no you won't.
Froze up.
Good Lord, it's got...
Oh,
There we go.
There it went.
Wait, the wheel's turning.
No, I think the vines are around the wheels. Don't step on that cage right there. It's stuck in the
Oh, okay.
bear trap.
It's practically restoring itself as we push it. It's already freeing up. Hop on! Whoa!
All right.
Almost sit on it there. That's all I need. Hell yeah. I'm about to give you some trivia that you're just not ready for. The story behind this truck is cooler than anything you could have ever imagined. I'll start by saying the chassis and the drivetrain was made by a company called Stewart, who made such things for, you know, over-the-road trucks and campers and buses and things. Has an inline 4 flatty with that cool little air cleaner right there. Now here's where it gets interesting. The owner, Don, and I went through here and tried to figure out who would fit in there. It's just so incredibly small. I know the seat's forward, but it normally, even if it's up against that wall, that's crazy small. Well, he told me who used to own it, and it makes total sense. And it's cooler than anything you could ever imagine. First of all, I don't know if you can tell, there's a bunk bed right here. Little furniture there, little furniture over here. More bunk beds in the back. All right. I'll tell you who owned it now. The guy who owned this truck, the guy who brought it here The guy who used to go town to town in it was one of those guys who got shot out of a cannon. I'm not lying. His job in life, he'd go to a new town, he'd pack up his cannon and his gunpowder, I don't know. And this dude would arrive in your town with the circus, and he would set up his cannon and he would shoot himself out of it. See, the real story is far cooler than any fictional tale I could have given you. Jumping out of a, well, getting shot out of a cannon in the teens and the 20s. Isn't that just, can't make it up, people. This is crazy. How do you know when you may have a motorcycle problem? You rescue a motorcycle that's been sitting without spark plugs in it, with no exhaust on it, for about 25, 30 years. Oh yeah, it's a two-stroke, so you got that. I have a feeling this is gonna be yard art until my girlfriend finds it. Well, we got it unloaded. The Yamaha 200 electric, otherwise known as an RD200. Man, this thing is so rough. See that hole? That spark plug hole has been open for probably 30 years. See those holes? Those have been open too. So, man, I don't see how it's gonna... Shifter does nothing. On this side, the rear brake does nothing. Kickstarter does nothing. The rear hub does not spin, however the front does. So you say there's a chance. Wow. I'm going to look at it a bit closer, and I'm going to spray it down with about 140 gallons of WD-40 and PB Blaster, mixed as a cocktail and dropped from an airplane from the sky. But I don't know, there's some parts. There's that. Side marker lights, that rear fender, well, it's got a little spot right there. But, wow. This is so unbelievably rough. Let's take a look at the one I already have. Raven, do you think it's okay or not? No? Okay. At least she didn't poop. That's a good sign.
I can't think. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do?
Guys, this bike is unbelievably rough. It's not had a spark plug in one of those top holes there for like 30 years. The exhaust has not been on it in about the same period of time. Nothing will move whatsoever. Where should I go from here? What should I do? I need your comments. I need your advice, or I need a good place to dump it where no one can track. No, I won't do that. I'm sick. I'm totally kidding on that. But I do need your input. Let me know down below what you would do with this bike. Oh crap, I almost forgot. This is my 1975 RD350. Had it for a whole bunch of years already. I got it because when I was a young kid, my brother and I had one. He had it first, then I got a job and I needed to. It was my daily transportation in the middle of winter in Kentucky when I was like 17. I used to almost drag my knees on the way to work on a Kentucky back road. It was awesome. This is the other bike I had, which is a 1986 Honda Nighthawk S. It was only made 84 to 86, and the red, white, and blue edition is pretty hard to find, but enjoy. See you on the next video.